Jones, Jamal Bowman, Corey Bush, Ilhan Omar, all in favor of force the vote. They're all in favor of force the vote, so force Nancy Pelosi to vote on Medicare for All, Pramila Care, H.R. 1384. Hey, Nancy Pelosi, pass H.R. 1384. Here's Corey Bush giving an acceptance speech. She won her Missouri race.
Our America.
Our America.
Our America.
Our America.
Will be led not by the small-mindedness of a powerful few, but the imagination of a mass movement that includes all of us. That is the America we are fighting for. This is not about Corey. This is about what you did today, what you've done over the last few days. You stood up and said, this is who I want to represent. And so I'm here, ready to serve you, but I'm serving you as you go with me. So it's like I'm carrying you in my bag, taking you to committee. I'm carrying you in my bag, taking you to the floor. I'm carrying you in my bag, taking you to go vote, because that's what this is for. So St. Louis, if you know nothing else, you remember this. My Congresswoman-elect, soon to be your Congresswoman, loves you. Your Congresswoman-elect loves you. And I need you to get that, because if I love you, I care that you eat. If I love you, I care that you have shelter and adequate, safe housing. If I love you, I care that you have clean water and clean air and you have a livable wage. If I love you, I care that the police don't murder you. If I love you, I care that you make it home safely. If I love you, I care that you are able to have a dignity and have a quality of life the same as the next person, the same as those that don't look like you, that didn't grow up the same way you did, those that don't have the same socioeconomic status as you. I care. And we will meet the challenges of this moment as a movement, side by side, arm in arm, with our fists in the air, with our fists in the air, ready to serve each other until every single one of us is free. Thank you for electing me as your first black congresswoman here in the state of Missouri.
That was awesome. That was awesome. That was Corey Bush saying that she loved us. And because Corey Bush loves us, that's why she's pushing for Medicare for All. Because she loves us, that's why Corey Bush is being honest and genuine, and she wants to help America because she fucking loves us. Now, I watched the Bituation with Francesca Fiorentini. I think Francesca Fiorentini is probably beautiful enough to get away with being wrong. She could be wrong for the rest of her life, but it's, you know, she'd be so much more beautiful if she was right. And I think I give her an excuse. I give her some time to, think about this thing. But you have, a lot of douchebags that are pushing against essentially what Mondaire Jones, Jamal Bowman, Corey Bush, and Ilhan Omar want. Corey Bush, she wants Medicare for all. Corey Bush wants Medicare for all. But Francesca does not. She doesn't think we should pressure Pelosi, and that's not the strategy. She doesn't really have an alternative or a different strategy, one that's, is popular, one that's more effective, or one that's... No, she doesn't. She's just against force the vote. So, David Schroeder, I think, is for it, but for other ideas, and David Pacman is against it, Sam Cedars against it, Gene Kugar is against it, Tamsin Shaw, Tamsin. Oh, yeah, Tamsin, I know what, okay, so Jamie Elizabeth, Salil Habibi, and Eric Levitz. So there's, a handful of motherfuckers that are not progressives anymore. They're not going to be, I'm not going to listen to them when it comes to health care. Corey Bush got to me. Okay, so anyways, So I was watching the Bituation, and I had made the argument that Nancy Pelosi's forced the vote tactic worked. She forced the vote on the $2,000 checks, which she doesn't agree on, and Donald's already signed the damn bill, and okay, let's see if the vote for the $2,000 checks happens or not. I'm sure, Mitch McConnell is just sniggering up a storm right now. So Mitch McConnell is going to kill the $2,000 checks. He's already signed the COVID bill, so what chance are we going to have to expand, the bill, blow it up another $500 million, $500 million, $2,000 check's going to fail. So they left the $2,000 checks out to dry, and they use it as leverage. Oh, Nancy Pelosi said, you want $2,000? All right, I'll give you $2,000, bill. Here it is. What you going to do? You going to sign it? You going to sign it? Here it is, Republicans. What you going to do? I'll give you $2,000. And, perhaps there's something about, the Republicans would never do that shit. But, and there's some truth to that, but Pelosi would never do that shit. So she didn't believe that it was actually going to pass. And so people are saying, with the whole force to vote, you don't think it's going to pass, it doesn't have a chance, and this and that, and it's just symbolic. It's no point in standing up and demanding, no point in even trying, no point in even doing a goddamn fucking thing. Do something! Do something! Do something! I feel if you ain't doing Medicare for all, force to vote, then you ain't doing shit! What the fuck else you doing? That's the number one popular issue for progressives. What the fuck else you doing if you ain't doing Medicare for all? What the fuck are you doing? So I made the argument that Nancy Pelosi forced the vote and it worked, right? Donald signed the damn bill. So there it is, I didn't think Nancy was actually going to be able to twist Donald Trump's arm, but Nancy Pelosi put him in a suplex, right? She, went ahead and just kind of tossed him around like a rag doll and threw him across the ring and then, came for an elbow and then, so... Yeah, Pelosi basically kicked the shit out of Donald Trump on this one. Donald said it was a disgrace and he would veto it, and he didn't veto it, and what the fuck? So did he get the Confederate fucking generals on the is that what the Democrats sold us out for, the Confederate generals? Or no, that's the NDAA. So we'll see what they're trying to override that. Okay, so Francesca Fiorentini on the Bituation had two guys, some guest, and then I believe her husband. And her husband was there, and his comeback was that Donald had tried to force the vote, and he lost. Oh, yeah, well, you could just say Donald forced the vote. Why would you use Donald as an example for any goddamn thing, frankly? And he could have won it if he was actually being genuine and serious, and he actually said, okay, I'm not going to sign this damn thing until one of you motherfuckers put up a shut up. I want $2,000. Which one of you political parties are going to give it to me? And if Donald Trump cared about the American people, he would have got it. He would have kept a hold of it. This would have been, the great negotiator, would have played Pelosi. Instead, Nancy Pelosi played the great negotiator. He should have been using this fucking veto shit the whole time. But the great negotiator, it turns out, don't know how to fucking make any good deals. All his deals are terrible, terrible deals. So, yeah, the terrible deal maker, he's, I guess we're not going to get $2,000. We've got $900 billion. And what's fucked up about that $900 billion? What's fucked up about that $900 billion COVID-19, you got all the pork and the foreign aid and all the horse shit. What's really fucked up about it is that the $900 billion COVID package is part of, 2 or 3 other bills, a government package, and then there's a military package. So you got $2.3 trillion package. So the $600 checks is $170 billion. The $600 checks is $170 billion of the total $2.3 trillion package. That's 7%. We're only going to get 7% of our own money. $2.3 trillion is how much the U.S. Congress is going to spend, and they're only going to give the American people 7%. And they give everybody else, all of our money to go to war with Venezuela. So this is basically a declaration of war against Venezuela. We're going to go to war against Palestine. So even more warfare, right? This is apparently the military bill's been vetoed, but how they get military shit in this bill? Military just gets their shit no matter what the fuck. So Israel gets to kill Palestinians, Egyptians get to kill the poor Egyptian peasants, and I guess Ukraine's okay, but fuck that Venezuela shit. That Venezuela, I would have, I couldn't have signed that in good conscience. Going to war with Venezuela? Why? Because they're socialists? Fuck you. Fuck you. They're allowed to be socialists. I'm tired of these goddamn imperialist, capitalist sons of bitches trying to overthrow and topple governments that they got no business, fucking intervening with. Latin America is not our backyard. Latin America is our brothers and sisters. They are our equals. We do not dominate the Western Hemisphere. We're going to make the Western Hemisphere a, United States of America where we all are able to live in peace and harmony. So I cannot stand the intervention bullshit just because they're a socialist nation. U.S. hegemony, imperialist bullshit's been doing that in Guatemala, Honduras, Nicaragua, Bolivia, Colombia, Venezuela several fucking times. This Hugo Chavez, this ain't the first time, we've been fucking with Venezuela. I'm tired of the Venezuela war. So that'd be enough reason just to throw the damn bill in the trash just for the Venezuelan war. But let's go back to the numbers. So $2.3 trillion is how much this total package is. For the $600 checks, it's $170 billion. So $170 billion of $2.3 trillion is only 7%. That's 7%. We're only getting 7% of our money. What happened to 93%? Every other motherfucker in the world got the 93%. Pluto got some money, Neptune, everybody in the whole galaxy got some goddamn money. You only got $600, and then they took the 93% of the $2.3 trillion and they gave it to everybody else. So how much would the check be if they was just to take the $2.3 trillion and just hand that money directly to the people? How much would that check have been? Right? They're all complaining, and it's all about the $2,000, $1,000, $1,200, $600. If we took $2.3 trillion, the Treasury prints up $2.3 trillion, and we just said, all right, here's a stack of money. Every American gets an equal share of $2.3 trillion. You know how much that would be? You know how much that check would be for every single American in this nation? $8,118. $8,118. Yeah, $600 is significant. Fuck you. $8,000 is significant. $2.3 trillion. So instead of getting $8,000 put into your pocket, instead of spending the $2.3 trillion of taxpayer money, our fucking money, on shit we want, said they're going to take the $2.3 trillion, give us a pittance, give us $600. Meanwhile, take the rest of the $8,000 and give it to who the fuck ever, their plutocrat and oligarchical friends. So $8,000, minus the $600, right? So if we would have got that $7,400, so $8,000 fucking dollars. $8,000. That's how much money we should have got. So instead of getting $8,000, they're only giving us $600. That means $7,400 was spent everywhere else. $7,400 was spent on other fucking bullshit. Do you get $8,000 worth of services from the federal fucking government? Do you get $8,000? I know I don't get $8,000 worth of fucking services from the goddamn federal government. I'd rather them pay me directly. Oh, what? Keep your stupid shit government going? I don't like that idea. Give me the fucking money. Give us our money back. But instead, America, instead of giving every American $8,000, they're going to give everybody $600. I'd rather get $8,000, and I get to choose where the fuck I get to spend that money instead of allowing the federal government to run roughshod and make all the fucking decisions. That is kind of communistic. The federal jobs guarantee, that's a bit communistic. Universal basic income, put the power in the pockets of the people. Money is power. Put the power in the pockets of the people. Universal basic income is the greatest idea ever thunk up by all the thunkers of the thunken universe. So, Cori Bush, fantastic. Cori Bush is awesome. This money, we're not getting our, $8,000. We're not, they jacked over $7,000 from us. $7,400 and give us just a little bit, Say, hey, we took all your money, but we'll give you a little bit back. And they've been passing these bills like my entire life. How many bills has been passed, right? 1982, so how many bills have been passed, and not all that fucking money never went back to us. We did $300 back in. George W. Bush gave us $300. We got $1,200 last year. Nixon tried to do some shit, but that's it. We pay taxes, and we never get the money back. So What the fuck is that shit about? That's some bullshit. That's not fair. That's not cool. So yeah, I would love to fucking know where the $7,400, my $7,400 went. $2.3 trillion. Where did my $7,400 go? I'm not getting $7,400 worth of fucking services from the federal government, and I bet you're not either. But you gave all that money up to them. That money could have been yours, but instead you're like, $600, yay! I'm rich. That Donald is so good. Yeah, Donald didn't, fight for the 2000, and it was the fucking Republicans that stopped the, $2,000 check so far. That's what it looks like, and it was the Democrats that was, fighting for the foreign aid and all the pork. But, both of that shit. Fuck both of that shit. Get $2,000, cut the fucking pork. There, now we got a nice bill that we all can agree on. Peace.